What's good, everybody? This is Rob back with another video. I'm here with the 1 week with the OnePlus 5. Now, this OnePlus 5 has been a pretty cool phone to work with this whole week as my daily driver. It is a very familiar phone because I've had the 3T before, so I'm somewhat familiar with the Oxygen OS operating system. Familiar software, and the design is somewhat familiar. The back of the phone is very reminiscent of the iPhone 7 Plus. Overall, though, this phone is very fast, blazing fast with 8 gigs of RAM with the 835 Snapdragon aboard. This phone is blazing fast. I have not had any problems. This phone can handle everything you can throw at it. The phone has a great feel in the hand. It's a lighter phone than last year's phone. It's a lot thinner and a lot rounder around the edges. Lightning fast fingerprint sensor is a plus also. I really enjoyed that. The camera software is very familiar too. OnePlus copied the interface of the iPhone 7 Plus. So it is somewhat familiar and somewhat simplified camera interface, so it does make it easier to learn. Not much of a learning curve, unlike phones like the 8 Plus that have the camera app that has a very somewhat complicated camera interface, and it can be a little overwhelming if you go through all the settings. So that could be a blessing or a curse, depending on how you look at it. A lot of people like settings, a lot of people don't. The stock software, the Oxygen OS, very simple software to learn. It's not very hard. The stock software has the easiest learning curve out of any other skin you may run across in the Android ecosystem. I did buy some headphones from OnePlus. These Bullet headphones came with the package that I ordered with a case, the phone, and this. I really like these headphones. They're pretty good. They got a great bass, mids. I'm not an audiophile, but if you like music with heavy beats, drums, you won't be disappointed with this. It has a very nice acoustic sound. Even though the OnePlus doesn't have a native music app, I use Power Amp as my music app for this phone. It has a great EQ setup, so you can help tweak and make these earphones a little better depending on what you're using as your music app for this phone. The overall quality I get from phone calls is pretty good on this phone. I use T-Mobile as my main line. T-Mobile hasn't really failed me yet. The call quality is really good. People say I sound good on the other side. The battery life is also excellent on this phone. I get anywhere between 5 to 6 hours battery life. I'm a middle of the road user. I might go a little heavy, maybe 1 or 2 hours a day, but most of the day is light use throughout my normal day. I don't need to plug this up for overnight. Dash charge is pretty much a sufficient method of charging this phone fast. Probably the fastest method that's out today. If you normally have 1 hour, maybe 2 hours to spare in the morning before leaving the house, you can top this phone off very fast. Also available, you can get a quick dash charging plug to put in your cigarette lighter. That can also help charge the phone in a hurry too. Overall, though, with this being said, with my first week with the OnePlus 5, everything has been what I expect. The software is cool, the camera is pretty good, and it's blazing fast. It does have a decent 1080 AMOLED screen, and it does okay in the sunlight, but it does tend to struggle a little bit if it's really, really bright. Also, another thing I like to point out, I like to read certain apps. So in the display section, if you go into reading mode, you can pretty much make your phone like a Kindle, where everything will go black and white. You have a white background with the black lettering. You can do this on a per app basis. I got a couple of apps already set up. I'm going to demonstrate that right quick. But you're going to notice the screen right now is in the color setting. It's going to go into a black and white paper-like setting, as you see. The color just pretty much just blends out of it and makes the black more pop, and it makes it easier to read on the screen. You can't adjust the brightness. I don't want to adjust the brightness too much. It'll blur it out on the camera. But trust me, it does make it easier to read. If you come out that app and go back to your main screen, you'll see the color slowly come back to your screen. So that's a pretty good feature. I forgot to bring that up. But overall, guys, like I said, with that being said, if you have a OnePlus 3 or 3T, there's really no need to try to upgrade to this phone. It doesn't give you enough to make you want to re-spend that money you spent on the last phone over again on this phone. If it's waterproof, 2K screen, maybe some stereo speaker, another speaker up in the headphone, like the iPhone. I don't know why they didn't copy that, but if they had the stereo sounding speakers, yeah, I would say make the move. Sell your phone and get it. But right now, it's not a big enough bump to even worry about it. So hold on for those out there who got the 3 and 3T, just hold on to your phone. You're going to get updates just like this phone will get updates. But there are other alternatives out there that can rival this. You know, you can get G6s now at below 500, sub 500 price point. And you can get a U11, which is making everybody's top 5 phones maybe pay an extra $80 to $100 more to get that phone. So overall, like I said, I like this phone, but it's not worth the bump from the 3T so far. Well, that's pretty much in this video, guys. I'd like to say thanks for watching. And I just want to say I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.